Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University.
Hello everyone, I am Dr. Himanshu Patel and I am working as an assistant professor in School of Computer Science of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University, Ahmedabad. And I am your instructor for this module. Earlier we have seen activity and its life cycle. During the life cycle of activity, activity passes through many states like created, started, stop, paused, resume and stop and destroy. So, in the objective of today's session is to demonstrate activity life cycle through small app in Android Studio, so that you will better understand activity life cycle. So, in today's session we are going to see how activity callback methods is called during its entire life cycle. So, let us start demonstration using Android Studio. So, here on screen you can see Android Studio shortcut. So, if you double click on Android Studio shortcut, it will open Android Studio. It may take some time to open Android Studio for the first time. Here on left hand side you can see the project created earlier, and here you can create new project. So, we are interested in creating new project. So, I am clicking on create new project. Here I am selecting empty activity because I do not want anything inside my newly created project. So, I am selecting empty activity, and here we have to select option phone and tablet, which is by default. So, click on next. Now, here I want to give my application name as a activity life cycle. So, the name of activity is activity life cycle. This package name you can give yourself, or it is default provided by Android. Here is the save location. You can change the location. For example, I want to save my project on this folder, then I can click on that. So, it will save my project on this location. Language we have to select is Java, and minimum SDK we have selected is API 16, Android 4.1 or Jelly Bean. So, your app will run on approximately 99.8% of devices. Now, I am clicking on finish. So, Android Studio will create activity lifecycle activity inside my project. So, here you can see various messages like scanning, building, etc. Now, it is build. So, here you can see message Gradle build. The build system used by Android Studio is Gradle. So, you can see message Gradle build, and here you can see message loading. So, it is opening your project after building. Here is the project structure of your project activity life cycle, and the activity is main activity which extends app compact activity. Now, this is our activity file. So, we write down our code inside this file, and inside resource folder there is a layout, and inside that there is a activity underscore mail.xml file. If you double click on that, it will open that file in design mode. Here you can see code, split and design. Inside design you will see the interface, and if you click on code you will see corresponding XML file, and if you click on split you will be able to see XML as well as interface. So, right now I am clicking on design. Now, here by default it provides one label or text view with name hello world, and if you click on that you will be able to see various properties or attributes of these text view on this window, attributes window. This is our interface with name activity underscore main.xml. Now, if we go to Java file, Here you can see set content view r.layout.activity underscore main. So, this name is of our interface. So, it means that when activity is created, it will set its content view as our interface, which is activity underscore main file. So, this is on create. After on create, you will see on start. So, when I write on start, Android Studio automatically display possible code for you. The first is on start method of app compact activity. So, I have to just press enter. Now, it will write down default callback method for me. So, here when activity created, it will display my interface, but when activity starts, I want to display some message. Right now, I do not want to display message on screen, but here at the bottom, if you follow mouse pointer, at the bottom you will see logcat window. So, in logcat window, it displays log message. Log message has a many category like verbose, debug, information, warning message, error message or assert. So, here I want to display message that activity started. Here I want to display message activity created. So, there is a log class available in android.util. So, when I type log, it will show all possible available classes and methods. So, I am selecting log, and when I press dot to call its method. So, here you can see D is for debug, E is for error, I is for information. So, I want to display debug message. So, I am selecting log D. When I click on this, it shows me that it has two parameters. One is string, which is tag to identify message, and second is message itself. So, here inside tag I write down message, and inside message I write down activity created. Activity was created, and you have to complete every statement with the help of semicolon. So, when activity is created, it displays main file, activity underscore main file, and it displays message in this window, logcat window, that activity was created. Inside start, I want to display same kind of message log.d, and I want to display tag as message, and message is activity was started. So, when activity starts after creating, it will display another message activity was started. Likewise, I want to implement on resume. So, here I can copy this message by selecting shift and arrow key, then Control C for copy and Control V for paste. So, here I want to display message activity resumed. Similarly, I will implement other methods like on restart, and here I want to display message activity restarted. Likewise, on pause method is there, inside which we write down activity paused. On destroy, we can write down activity was destroyed. So, we have first method called is create, then start, then if we go outside activity, pause, then resume or restart, one another is on stop. So, here I want to display activity stop. So, now we have implemented all life cycle method on start, on resume, on create, on restart, on pause, on stop, on destroy. We want to run these application. Now, what will be the output of these application? When we run these application in emulator, here you can see the emulator which is Pixel 2 that we have created earlier. We have already seen how to create AVD in Android Studio. It will launch these app on these emulator device that you can see on the screen when I press this run app button, or there is a shortcut key which is shift plus F10 that you can also use. So, it will start emulator if it is not running and launch these application on our emulator. But what will be the output? The output is not shown on screen, but it will be shown in this logcat window, and here you can filter your message with title message. Since our title is message, because in logcat window there are so many messages will be displayed. So, you can filter that. I want to see only message which contains message. So, here I filter using message that we have given as a tag. To start this app, I am clicking on run app button. Now, you will see at the bottom Gradle build running, and by clicking on this you will see that. So, it will also launch emulator and build your app to launch and run on your emulator. Here you can see that there are many messages displayed on screen. So, now it is launching app. Here you can see our emulator is starting, and here you can see it is launching app. Now, my app is launched on emulator. Here you can see title activity lifecycle. This is a default text view which shows hello world, and here you can see message like activity was created. So, you can understand the very first time these callback is called, which is known as a on create. So, it displays message activity was created, then it calls on start. So, it displays message activity was started, and then it calls on resume. So, it displays activity was resumed. Now, here my activity is currently on the top of activity stack, right. But if I click these, so now my activity is post, that you can see here activity was post, and then it calls activity stop. Now, remember, activity is not destroyed yet, it is still there, but now it is in background. Earlier it was in foreground. Now, again I am clicking on this activity to again start that activity. So, I am clicking on this. So, you can see on the screen message like activity was restarted. Since you are coming back to activity, activity is restarted, and we have already discussed that whenever activity is restarted, it is followed by start and resume. So, you will see on screen message activity was restarted, activity was started, and activity was resumed. But now, what will happen if I completely close this activity? So, again I am clicking on this button, and I want to destroy this. So, I am dragging this activity at the top. Now, this activity is not available in memory or at top of activity stack. So, you will see message activity was stopped, and finally, it calls activity destroyed. So, this is how various callback methods of activity lifecycle is called. So, friends, we have created one project in Android Studio to demonstrate activity lifecycle, and we have seen how different callback methods of activity lifecycle is called by showing message in logcat window, and we have also seen that in which order activity is actually called in activity lifecycle. I hope now you are clear in activity lifecycle. I request all of you to create these project yourself in Android Studio and try to understand how activity lifecycle callback methods are called. I hope you enjoy this demonstration. Thank you and happy learning. स्वाध्यायः परमः